What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about Growtopia, which is an MMO, a massively multiplayer online game, and exactly what that means about Growtopia. Now, what I'm getting at here is Growtopia's community, because if you think about it, the community literally controls almost every single aspect of the game. As I stated just a second ago, because Growtopia is an MMO, that means the players are going to have a very large effect on what's going on with inside the community and the game as a whole. Take for instance like the economy. It's all about supply and demand. Say a new update comes out and it makes the fishing pack more relevant again because it requires some items within the pack to actually gain some of the new items that were released. The items that are inside the fishing pack and the fishing pack itself are gonna skyrocket. And that's just one example. Another would be types of worlds. Like say somebody created a new game type or a new parkour type, and then that went viral and everybody's making that type of world now because somebody else did that. Now, these are just some examples, but the point I'm trying to make is that the community basically makes up the core of the game. If Growtopia didn't have a community, the game would literally be nothing because it's not meant to be played by yourself. And I just kind of feel like the community has really kind of just, I guess, fallen apart over the last couple of years. Like, sure, it's still there and it's still going strong, but I feel like it's not going how it used to be. I know there were a lot less players back when I first began, but around that time up to maybe early 2015, the community was really closely knit, and we often did a lot of things and held very similar events. And especially on the forums, we all tried to come together and make like a positive difference within the community and try to make things better for other players so that everybody can enjoy the game, and we would try not to have people left out. But now I feel like since there really isn't like a closely knit community anymore, it's just kind of all over the place and there's different sections, and I feel like there really isn't that much that people are doing to be involved in the community actively, and they're not really engaging in creating activities and events for other players to enjoy. And I can't really blame that on the players themselves, because to be honest, it's mostly because of the developers. Because Seth and Hamu, I don't really know if it's intentional. I mean, I wouldn't really say it's intentional, but they're kind of making all the fun stuff to do very expensive. And while that can encourage other players to team up and work towards that thing, oftentimes you're only gonna get like a personal gain out of that. So it's kind of anti-group, anti-community, and people are just really just in it for themselves these days, because everyone wants to get this certain item, or they want to get rich, or they want to get famous, or blah blah blah, insert reason here. And it kind of just feels like there's no more group activities, and it feels like we're not really having fun together. Growtopia is kind of becoming a more single player game where you just grind out trying to earn something, and then when you want to go make a profit or sell something or buy something or trade or whatever, then you just go to a trade world, but then you go back to your own world and that's it. You're just by yourself, or maybe you have some friends over every once in a while. But maybe that's just me, because like the past year and a half, I've only logged on to record videos and to play with friends. And honestly, I haven't met that many new friends aside from the people that I've met through my YouTube channel or through other friends. And I haven't really just found a reason to go out and just like play Growtopia. It's really sad because like I remember I used to just world hop and surf all the time, and there was almost always something to do. There was always people to talk to. There was always somebody creating something new. There were all sorts of game worlds and game types back then that weren't scams at all, thankfully, aside from the drop game worlds, which were still legal back. Aside from scamming wasn't legal. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I kind of just feel like Growtopia has lost like the core community aspect. And I feel like the developers need to add more features that require group involvement and group activities and just grouping up together and playing the game together. Because honestly, once you get to the point of you're playing an MMO by yourself, you tend to get really bored of it because you're not really playing the game as it was intended to play with other people. And I guess another really good example is the Growtopia YouTube community. Now, there's a bunch of really good Growtopian YouTubers out there that aren't really that well known, and then there's the really good Growtopia YouTubers that are known. And I feel like if all the people that shared a similar mindset and similar video ideas and goals came together and we actually teamed up and made more collaborations and put our heads together and our creativity, we could all just come up with some really super awesome ideas. Because when you put more than one creative person in the same room with the other creative person, I guess you could say this is just an example, but they're gonna create something even cooler, interesting, creative, and unique than they could by themselves. And it's like, the thing is, why wouldn't you want to do better? Why wouldn't you want to have more fun? And why wouldn't you want to enjoy what you're doing even more? And I feel like the reason, and I'm not really just talking about the Growtopia community for YouTube, I'm talking about like the Growtopia community in general. That was just an example. But I feel like it's partially because we don't really feel like reaching out to other people, because like we're selfish and we want to just gain things for ourselves. Because I mean, as humans, that's kind of our default. But I feel like if we can, as a Growtopia and YouTube or whatever community, I feel like if we actually made the effort to reach out to each other and to try and make a difference and to try and make things more interesting and fun and put our creative ideas into it, I feel like we could go really far and do some really great things. Again, I also think the devs should play a huge role in this and try to get the community come together. I might actually end up making a forum thread, which I haven't done in a really long time. I mean, I spent the last 4 years growing up within this community, and it's just really weird because it's like having this huge family that's just really closely knit, and they're always doing fun stuff together, and you can always just hop in and join your friends and family, whatever you want to call them, and you can just have fun and relax and just play the game and enjoy it, instead of just hopping on these days and be like, oh snap, I need to get this new item, I need to get this, shoot, I need a ton of world blocks to get this, I gotta grind out and farm this, I don't have time to talk to my friends. And I kind of just feel like that family is just like broken apart, and it's just not really as fun as it used to be because of that. And I'm not saying you can't do fun things by yourself in Growtopia, but as I stated before, it's an MMO. You're meant to play with other people. Anyways, sorry for rambling on so long. I kind of just wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole community topic because I really feel like it needed to be talked about, and I feel like if I just put this out there, maybe the right people will hear it, and maybe it could just spark people or inspire some people to actually reach out and try to be creative with other people and try to get more involved within the community of Growtopia. Because I mean, when we all put our heads together, honestly, the possibilities are endless. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely amazingly wonderful day. Amazingly, is that even a word? Don't forget to put a smile on that beautiful face of yours. I will see you guys in the next video, and remember, love is the mission. Peace. Tap, 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 tap.